Because you know what my favorite thing is?
What?
Is when people sing and they're really bad, but they look like they're really good.
Oh my God.
It ain't love, it's clear to say. But darling, stay with me. Oh.
You kind of sounded good, but I get what you mean.
Did I?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather you be honest with me. It ain't love, it's clear to say. Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa.
Did you think that
yeah. Oh, mama da bow, scooby yo.
So do you think that when people think they're good singers, right? But they act like they're great singers, but they're really bad. Is it because friends and family don't tell them because they don't want to hurt their feelings?
Yeah. I know a lot of friends who I haven't told suck at singing. No offense. I'm not going to name names, but they were like, oh, I'm pretty good. And I was like, who hasn't told you? But then again, I didn't. So,
Georgia, I have something to tell you.
This is my thing. Is people go, you're actually really good. And I'm like, but I would say that to people too. And if they took it as far as I did, you can't go back with what you said. Because I'm using it. I want to do it as a career now. So people might have just really messed me up. Nobody knows they're a bad singer. That's the messed up thing about singing. Justin Bieber, people could have just been screwing with him this whole time.
But they weren't.
You don't know that? Okay, well, we know that.
We know that.
But he might not know that. If I got famous, I feel like it'd be as a joke. I'd be like, people are pulling my leg.
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
No, because I'm too far in it.
I feel like I have to tell you the truth.
No, I don't want the truth.
But I want to tell you the truth. As your mother, I think it's no.
Whether I'm good or bad, I don't want to know.
It's time.
I don't care. Don't tell me.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you.
Thank you. What the did you say?
You can't swear. I'm your mother. What do you think? You're 19 now? You can swear?
Trust me, it's been a lot worse before this. What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. To this camera.
I said you suck.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. My mother told me I was a horrible singer.
Yeah, and look where she is now.
Oh, that's not very nice. That wasn't even.
So sorry. I didn't meet her, so I don't really have a big
Who are
connection
you
to her.
today? Her photo is in your bedroom. I talk about her all the time. What's with you?
If it was Granddad, we'd be in a different story.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm joking because I love both of them, but like I met only Granddad.
Let's go to a different subject.
What if your mother was like nuts and I had no idea because I've never met her?
She was nuts. I'm nuts. I'm just like my mother.
Okay, so I stand by what I've said.
She was a little crazy. Cuckoo. Runs in the family.
Crazy for feeling so lonely.
I'm worried about you today. I really am. Okay, I do want to.
Apparently. Okay, so you know how I drank a lot of coffee today?
Oh, that's why.
Like I've had 2 coffees.
Okay, we know why.
The doctor called me back. TMI, I have a UTI. And she was like, drink lots of water. And I'm like, yes.
Cranberry juice, I gave you some.
Cranberry juice, I've been drinking cranberry juice. She called me back like on a separate call just to be like, by the way, don't drink caffeine. And like I've drank a lot of caffeine today.
You can tell.
But now what do I do? Because now I have to take the medication.
There's nothing you can do. Just stop drinking caffeine from this point on, please, for the rest of your life. Please.
I want another coffee.
Well, you're not getting one. But I do have to say something, Georgia.
Okay.
I like that you did your nails. They're not chipped today. They're very nice. It's a very nice color. Did you do that yourself?
I thought you would know it is.
Oh, are there chips?
Well, they're just 2 different colors.
What do you mean 2 different colors?
Well, they were chipped, but I didn't have black. So I put purple.
Oh, no, I think it looks great.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. So I did my nails too. So since COVID, for some reason, I think because I'm not working as much, my nails have really grown.
Yeah, they look
they're so
very
long.
good.
Like, look at that.
Yeah, they look fake.
But they're not fake. They're
I
real.
just clipped my nails because they were getting too long, and I've been scratching people on accident when I walk by them.
Well, like you just walk by them and you go, "Rah!"
Like if I'm laughing, I hit someone, I'll scratch them.
Oh yeah. Well, after this podcast, I think I have to cut them because I can't function.
No, don't cut them.
No, I can't function. So my thumbs, when I'm on my phone, like it's like my nails are always hitting the keys, and it's just like, yeah, it's really driving me crazy. So even though they look really nice and I'm really proud of them, so I'm going to show them off. I think I might just cut them down.
That's a shame.
Do you like the red?
I do like the red. It's
Very
snazzy.
Halloween, very scary with the lipstick, going with the theme of the podcast.
I don't know if I'd say scary.
Well, I want to be scary because we are talking about the scariest movies according to us, because there are a lot of scary movies out there.
I'm not doing the scariest movies.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the most Halloween-y. Like the ones I like for Halloween season.
Yeah. I did the scariest.
Okay, so we're going to have two different subjects here.
We can't have two different subjects. We had a meeting about this.
Mine says top scary horror movies for Halloween.
Are you kidding me?
Did you actually pick
Okay.
ones that are scary? Because I don't watch enough movies to like...
You love scary movies.
Yeah, but I don't watch
Okay,
enough...
are they horror movies?
No.
Are they...
They're Halloween movies.
Okay, let's go with Halloween movies. Okay, how about the top movies we think you should watch during Halloween? During the Halloween season.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. So now that we've got it going, I'm Jennifer Valentine.
I'm Georgia Valentine.
And this is the Mother-Daughter Date Podcast. Dun, dun, dun. Mine are scary.
Mine are silly.
Okay, so let's go with number 5 first. Georgia Valentine.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a very Halloween-y movie too. I like it.
I think it's a great movie.
I think it gets you in the spirit. It's silly. The musical is my fave, but I watch the movie after the musical. I watched the musical 3 times, and then I thought it's bad that I haven't watched the movie, so I watched the movie.
Did the movie hold up to the musical?
Yeah, because I already knew what the movie was going to be like.
I absolutely loved the musical, and I know it's your favorite because you have seen it 3 times. So we went together in New York. It was a very special mother-daughter date that we went on, and we didn't sit together.
No, you know what? Don't be fooled. The first time I watched it was by myself. So no. Was it the first time or the second time?
You went by yourself?
I've gone by myself one time to go see it.
It was nice that we went, and it was kind of like we were by ourselves because we weren't sitting together.
It was a little depressing when I went by myself the time I went alone, because I sat next to like 2 giant families, and I was just by myself with I just finished school. So I was like walking in with a school bag, and like the families looked at me like, who are you with? And I'm like, nobody. Like, you guys are my family right now.
You know what? I'm so proud of you for doing that. And I think it's because sometimes when we went to these amusement parks like Disney or Universal, you can go on as a single rider and you get in quicker.
Yeah.
And we were like, to the kids, to you and Jackson, do you guys care if we sit together?
Why?
It's not like we're talking on a roller coaster or on an attraction. Mm-hmm. So we went separately and got on like that. So that is a little trick if you go to Disney.
Well, I go to a lot of shows too, and like not everyone's going to want to go to the same show as you, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I was like, I'm going to go by myself.
So none of them are scary? Like you didn't pick it or you didn't
they're like scary, but they're not like horror movies. They're like Halloween fun movies. Not everybody likes horror movies. Most people who are going to watch this are going to say, I don't like horror movies.
So we're giving them a choice.
2 out of 3 people probably don't like scary movies.
So Georgia, that's a very nice thing that you did here. That you're giving people an option.
Well, people are going to hear scary movies and they're going to like hop off.
Okay, so there you go.
I'm being nice.
You are being very nice. I think it's great. Now I'm glad that you did that. Okay, so my number 5 is The Babadook. Billie Eilish's favorite horror movie or scary movie.
I've seen it, but I forget it.
Really?
Yeah, I forget the whole thing. It's about like a Babadook.
It's about
Isn't that what they sound like? Babadook.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it sounds like. So it's a book and it's called Mr. Babadook. And a mom reads it to her son, and her son thinks that he's being haunted by a monster. And it is so good. I watched it all by myself. Now, I like watching scary movies by myself. Do you?
It depends if it has a good plot line. If it's just to be scared, then no. But if it's a good plot line and it's scary, then I will.
I think The Babadook is a very good plot line. And
I've heard
I
good
love
things
watching
about
it by myself. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's Australian. And it's
Australian, of course.
Your favorite accent?
Yeah. No, it's New Zealand is my favorite.
Well, then you
that was a great transition, though, wasn't it?
It was a great transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at New Zealand accents.
We should go to New Zealand.
Yeah. Fly to the Concords.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see The Babadook.
Yeah. No, only in Australia, though.
Okay, so your Halloween number 4 favorite Halloween movie?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You're picking some good ones.
I know. That's why when you were like horror movie, I was like, like here we go. I've got some good ones.
This is a great one. So we actually went to the Rocky Horror. Well, we've been to the Rocky Horror Show in Stratford, the stage show, and then we also went to
the picture show. We watched the movie. We've gone to the on stage show. We've done the one where you see the movie in the background, they act it in front of you.
That's in California. So in California, my daughter went with a bunch of friends, and then you wanted to take me. I'm going to say that you should not go with your daughter. This is not a good mother-daughter date at all.
It was not a smart idea. I've never seen you look uncomfortable in my life. Like I thought I had, and then I saw you in that position. You were quiet. You didn't even speak. There were people talking about dicks and sex and every drugs, and you were like, what the hell did my daughter bring me to? And we dressed up and I made my mom wear a wig and it was not the most flattering wigs. We looked like really, 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 really ugly drag queens.
That's what you're supposed to look like.
No.
Listen, it was a lot of fun. There weren't too many people my age there. They were mostly young. There were some. They were hidden. So I don't recommend doing that with your daughter. This was in California, and it was quite the experience.
Introduced me to it,
That's
and I'm
right.
obsessed with it now. Like I'm obsessed. If you want to have a fun night and go to a Rocky Horror Picture Show, like a performance with the
movie in the background.
And there are fanatics who are there. You dance to songs before. You're up till 4 a.m. You sing. It's freaking awesome.
So this has been going on since the beginning of time. They used to do it on the Danforth.
I wish they would do it again.
Well,
I would totally do it.
Georgia,
I'd be in it.
why don't you start it up?
But
I don't want you to be the girl that takes off all her clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's artistic,
They were
but
like, don't film in the beginning. I'm like, why not? And then there was just a naked girl, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I think last time I went, it was a boy who did it, though.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. And he did a really good job. He was just like whipping around his clothes, and everyone was like, wow. Oh, it's the best. I'm
love
obsessed.
to hear it.
That's like my big nerd out thing.
That's a good one. Okay, so that was your number 4. My number 4 Halloween movie is Carrie, the original Carrie from 1976.
I've watched the new one, but not the
What was the new one like? I haven't seen the new one.
It was good. It was like creepy and weird, and I was like felt really bad for the girl, but
So Sissy Spacek starred in the 1976 Carrie. It's from a Stephen King novel. In fact, it's his first novel.
it's a musical too.
It's a musical too?
Yep.
Carrie?
Yep. Carrie the musical.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We have to go see it when we can, when it's safe.
Well, okay, it's not like out right now, but it had been out has been out in the past.
Good to know. Okay, so this one, it got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. And if you haven't seen it, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and you will be scared. Okay, what's your number 3?
This is for Dad.
What is it?
Can you guess, Dad? It's Frankenweenie.
Okay, so your dad has a t-shirt with Frankenweenie on it, and he wears it all the time. It's one of those shirts where when it goes in the laundry, I kind of debate whether to throw it in the garbage, because when I wash it, I'm like, he's not going to wear it again. Like week after week, he wears it at least once a week.
My dad wears a Frankenweenie shirt all the time, and I think he cried while watching the movie.
Probably. He's a crier.
Yep. He cried during Frankenweenie, which is a children's animation stop motion movie. And I agree with him because it is such a good movie. And not a lot of people know it.
Well, there you go.
And it's a
Now,
great
It is a good movie. It's a very good movie.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And it's Tim Burton. So it's like amazing because Tim Burton makes the best movies
You
ever.
love Tim Burton.
I love Tim Burton. I'm obsessed with the kind of look that he does.
Favorite Tim Burton movie?
Corpse Bride. I know a lot of people are going to say Nightmare Before Christmas, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, so we have to watch it together.
I think I might have seen it. I don't remember.
Well, we'll watch it again. So my number 3 is from 2017. It was directed by Jordan Peele. It's a movie called Get Out.
That is a great horror movie to watch on your own. I would
Yeah.
say that is such a good storyline, and it's very intriguing, and it's terrifying, and I loved it.
It was fantastic. So it's about a guy, Chris. He's a black photographer who is really worried about his girlfriend's parents and how they'll feel about the both of them being in an interracial relationship. Well, they were very okay with it, and then it kind of gets very creepy. And what a great storyline.
It's a really good movie. I watched it in the backyard, and I was so freaked out being out there. I'm pretty sure I called Dasha and Maddie freaking out, being like, I'm so scared in the backyard.
I want to watch it again. It was directed and written by Jordan Peele.
That's a horror movie that you can watch again because the storyline is so good.
So
that you can watch
good.
it again.
So if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. What's your number 2?
Halloweentown.
Halloweentown?
Do you know Halloweentown?
No.
Oh my gosh. Halloweentown is the best Halloween movie, period. And if you disagree with me, get off the podcast. I don't care about viewers at this point.
No. It can't be the best. This is your number 2.
Yeah, but I'm talking about if it's the premise is about Halloween.
Okay.
Halloweentown, when I was a kid, made me want to be a witch so badly that I would pretend to like move stuff with my mind. I'd pretend to fly because I wanted to live in Halloweentown. I was like, my mom is a witch, so I can be a witch and I can fly around Halloweentown. Halloweentown, there's a place, I don't know where it is. It starts with an O somewhere that has...
Oklahoma.
No.
Ohio.
Oregon?
Oregon.
I think I might be so wrong. Do not quote me on this because I think it's just in my head that they have a Halloweentown kind of replica town, and I want to go.
I've never seen the movie. Now I want to see the movie.
have to
Why
watch
didn't I
the
see the
movie.
movie with you? I wish we saw the
Because
movie together.
It was on Disney Channel all the time, every year.
Oh, I want to see it.
It's on Disney Plus. We can watch it.
So it's great for the whole family.
It's the best maybe movie in the world.
You can't be because it's not your number 1.
No.
Why didn't you put it as number 1? Well, I'm going to find out. I'm
yeah.
going to find out. Okay, my number 2 is from 1973. It's a movie called The Exorcist.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, with Reagan. She's possessed by a demon, and they have to perform an exorcism on her, and her head goes right around, like fully right around. And she talks like this. It's really scary. I think it still holds up today. And I didn't think, I believe that they didn't think the movie would do as well as it did. And then there were huge lineups and everybody had to see The Exorcist, including my sister. So I was 6 years old.
Oh, yeah.
My sister was 17 and she was very afraid after she saw the movie because there was nothing like it. In 1973. You'd never seen anything like it. So she came home.
How old was your sister in 1973?
17. I was 6. She was 17.
And I love you, Aunt Sandra.
We shared a room together and our beds, 2 single beds, were pushed together. By the way, my sister moved out early because of this, because she didn't have her own room. And it was really hard for a 17-year-old to be in the same room as a 6-year-old. So our beds were pushed together and I knew she was really scared because she'd seen a scary movie. I didn't sleep a lot when I was a kid. So it was the middle of the night, everyone was in bed and I just couldn't sleep. Like sometimes I'd stay up really, really late till midnight. Even when I was 6 years old, I just couldn't sleep. I was a night owl. Mm-hmm. So my eyes were wide open. You know, the room was completely black and I was just wishing that my sister was up. I wanted her to get up so we could like have a nice little conversation or something or play because I wasn't tired. So I thought I'm going to take my foot and I'm just going to shake her bed a little so she'll get up. And I remember this like it was yesterday. And I started shaking her bed with my foot and shaking it. And all of a sudden she woke up, but she thought that she was possessed by the Exorcist because she had just seen the movie, woke up, her bed is shaking. She can't see that what I'm doing because the room is completely black. She sits up in bed, starts screaming at the top of her lungs. My mom gets up, she runs in the room, she flips on the light, and I pretend that I'm sleeping. Because, listen, I got in trouble a lot when I was a kid. A lot. And so I pretended that I was sleeping because I didn't want to get into trouble. And my sister said, I'm possessed by the Exorcist. My bed is shaking, Mom, I swear. And my mom's like, don't be silly. You're imagining it. You were dreaming. And then all of a sudden, I think my mom, she was a smart woman. And she looked over and she said, Jennifer. And I pretended that I was getting up. And I said, yeah, I just woke up. Yeah, Mom. She said, are you shaking Sandra's bed? I go, no, what's going on? And my sister said she's possessed by a demon. I said, no, I'd never do that. So thank goodness everybody went back to sleep. And I don't know, I was sitting there in bed and I was kind of thinking about it. And I know it was wrong, but after my sister fell fast asleep again, I took my foot and I started shaking the bottom of her bed again. And I'm shaking the bed until she gets up. She sits right up in bed, starts screaming at the top of her lungs, and I pretend I'm sleeping. My mom runs in, she flips on the light, and my sister's like, I'm possessed by a demon. And she gets up, goes over to the corner, and starts rocking back and forth like it was bad.
Does she know about this?
She does, yeah.
Okay.
So then, well, she didn't know then though. So here I was, I pretended that I was sleeping again. And my mother said, Jennifer. And I pretended again like I was just waking up. I said, what's going on? I didn't dare do it for a third time. I knew that, I was really pressing my luck. And I didn't tell her for, oh gosh. I told her probably 25 years later. I said, I have something to tell you, Sandra.
Was she mad at you?
She was in shock. She always thought that something had happened that night, that she was possessed, that her bed was shaking. Her
friends the next day. She was
everybody.
Like,
the story went on for years. And then finally, 25 years later, I said, I have something to tell you. She said, what? I said, I was the one that shook your bed. It's terrible. She went, what? I said, it was me. And I told her the whole story. She was floored. She couldn't believe it. But that just proves, George, I can keep a secret. I can keep things in. Never told her. And I was never going to tell her. But then I thought, you know what? It was such a long time ago. So when I got married, that's the story she told at my wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
So number 2, The Exorcist. I think it still holds up today. And if you haven't seen it, it's a classic. So see it. I am dying to know what your number 1 is.
You're going to know. It's Coraline.
Oh, how do I not know?
Yeah. Like, are you kidding me? Coraline is one of my favorite movies in the entire world. It's so good and awesome and weird and like terrifying. And I've watched it probably at this point, maybe 40 times.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I think at this point it's been 40.
Do you see something else every time?
Yeah, I just love it. Like, it's so weird. But like, if I was a kid and that happened to me and I found a door, like when I was a kid, all I would think about is like, what does this door go to? And what is this? And what is this? And like, that was like my dream as a kid, was going into like an alternate universe. Maybe not like I love my parents. Like, this isn't about you. But like, it's about like that's so sick. And the stop motion is awesome. And it's just a really cool movie. I really like it.
So Georgia, my number 1, I'm really excited because I know we're going to watch this together. It's called The Changeling. It's from 1980, George C. Scott. It is a Canadian movie, and it is so scary, full of suspense. It's about a man who moves from upstate New York to Seattle into a big old home because unfortunately he lost his wife and daughter in a car crash. And he moves into this old home by himself. And then there is a ghost, a young boy in the house. And he tries to solve what happened to this young boy. It's very, very, very scary.
You know, nobody put down?
What?
The Sixth Sense.
Oh.
Isn't that the I see dead And we didn't put that down, but the kid looks like Jackson.
Yeah, he does. He looks just like Jackson.
That's an
You're right.
honorable mention.
Okay, so other awesome movies for Halloween. I did some extras. Did you do any extras?
I did one extra.
What's your extra?
Gremlins.
Oh, it's a cute one.
Mm-hmm.
You picked some great ones, Georgia. I love it. There's always the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, all great classics. The Shining, of course. The Ring.
I've seen The Ring.
The Ring is very scary. The Others, and The Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project was from 1999, and it was really scary. Like, it was shot with a 60 millimeter camera and a high 8. So it was so low budget, but it grossed 250 million worldwide, and nothing's ever been done since like that. But it was the camera was really shaky, like you'd almost be getting sick because of the camera. But I don't know what it would be like to watch it on a smaller screen, but I'd like to try. And 1963, The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. It is an oldie, and I always thought, it's about a bunch of birds. But after I saw that movie, I became afraid of birds.
I'm not watching it.
No, like seriously. You saw a few birds, you'd go running. It's still scary. Yeah, check it out. That was fun. Mm-hmm. So we're going to watch some scary movies. What one do you want to watch together? I'm going to say your number 2 because I haven't seen it.
Halloweentown and Coraline will watch together again.
And together we are watching The Changeling. So
cool.
that was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.